Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Search Engine Sessions, and the first ever episode where we're doing a bit of search engine trivia. So today, myself, Ben Brown, will be asking Ben Alfrey questions around search engine marketing and, well, primarily Google. Going to a bit of Google trivia, and we'll be sort of having a bit of a side discussion off the back of his answers, whether they're right or wrong. Hopefully, they'll be all right. We'll have a bit of discussion around the backing story behind any of the answers, which we might find interesting. So, you ready, Ben?
Well, I'm not, because I don't know what you're going to ask me.
Well, do you feel like you could be ready for getting a lot of these questions right?
No.
All right, out of 10 questions, how many do you reckon you'll get right?
3.
Okay. Set the bar high. Okay, so let's start easy. So, so you can't really get this one wrong. So, before Google was called Google, the guys who invented Google, then he said their names there, and that would have given away a later question. The guys who created Google, what do they nickname their product in the early years?
Back rub.
Yes,
Yeah,
back rub. Okay, extra points for why they called it back rub. Back rub. By the way, anyone who's thinking about starting a business out there and you think that everyone has it sorted from day one, I mean, we changed our brand, but it's not quite the same level. But Google obviously had teething issues with their first name. But why do they call it back rub?
I don't actually know. My guess would be something to do with backlinking and their sort of model focused, or their algorithm focused primarily on backlinks and things like that.
Yeah. So from the day it first was created to now obviously be much more sophisticated and machine, Google focused obviously on backlinks being one of the primary ways you can rank your site at the top of their search engine, and therefore they called it back rub. So kind of sounds like a masseuse, doesn't it?
I mean, that probably would define a masseuse. Yeah. I don't think that's too dissimilar in 2020.
Yeah, there we go. So back rub. So anyone worrying about, starting off with a name that you don't quite like, then take this inspiration that, you can't get much worse.
It's an interesting brand name to go at.
Backrub.
90s.
Backrub.com. I wonder if that redirects to Google. Anyway, who cares? Second one. Okay, apart from Google, name 5 other search engines.
5?
Yeah, 5.
Yahoo, Bing, DuckDuckGo, Zandex, and...
Oh, yeah, you got it. Right, yeah, that's 5. You got them.
Oh, right.
The other ones, there's other ones like Ask, AOL, all that stuff.
Oh,
but I'd take 5. There's another long list. Obviously, some of them have more of a percentage in the market than others. Again, I feel like I can't say these, the actual facts, because I've got some questions coming up for you.
Why would someone use a different search engine to Google? There's one.
Are you asking me questions?
I'm asking
now?
you questions.
Oh, okay, the turntables have turned. So, why would someone else use a different search engine? So, the one that pops to mind, so first off, convenience. So, Bing obviously being the default for Microsoft. If someone has a Microsoft computer, we know, because obviously we have recently sort of invested quite a bit into Microsoft computers for our internal members of staff. The default search engine is Bing, so a lot of potentially more senior people as well wouldn't bother changing it to Google and downloading Chrome. Also, we know there's a lot of security settings as well that you actually have to disable in order to download Google Chrome or Microsoft machines, because it's not a Microsoft trusted app. Yeah. So Bing could be quite good if, in the B2B space, looking to target potentially higher people in the... I guess people have been there for a long time. They're more likely. We found out.
Is that a way of saying older?
A slightly older demographic will be using Bing. I was trying to be. What's the word? Just quite not courteous, but kind of step around the point. So slightly older demographic. So definitely good for Bing for B2B. Also, DuckDuckGo, that's the privacy one, isn't it? Because they don't track cookies. Yeah. And obviously, they make all their money from keyword ads, and they distribute it across. If you do it through Bing, it distributes it across DuckDuckGo and the likes as their search partners anyway. So, privacy for DuckDuckGo, Bing for people, convenience, and as a way to get more exposure away from Google. Anyway, back to me asking you the questions. Okay, so obviously, Google is the default search engine on iPhone. Yeah.
Yes.
How much did Google pay also on Safari?
Safari.
Yeah, so you go on Safari, Google is the default search engine. Sure. How much did Google pay in dollars? Not even in pounds, make it a bit more confusing, because the only stat I could find was in dollars. I didn't want to translate it. In dollars, how much is it estimated that Google paid iPhone for that privilege?
10 billion.
What, dollars?
Dollars.
Okay, it's 9 billion.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I thought you were going to be way off. I would have said like 1 billion because that seems like a lot. But
a lot of iPhone sales in the world.
I think if you look at the power of search though, and like obviously they're willing to pay. I guess it's sort of a drop in the bucket for Google and their what is it, 800 million turnover per year, or valuation. But they are paying £9 billion to become a default search engine, which just shows the power of search and how much people value, or the number, the metric put against how much people value being in front of these people.
When you think someone searches on an iPhone as well, screen's far smaller, less kind of a state above the fold, and it's ads there as well. And that's that's their business model, is how they make all their money. So really, it makes sense not to kind of throw out whatever number iPhone wanted for that. Yeah,
they set the price, don't they? Because no one's going to compete.
100%.
Was it last year or the year before there was more than 50% of all searches done was on a mobile device? That's not a question. This is off the record.
Well, I think it's probably more up to sort of 70% now. But I mean, there's also the conversation about the quality of the search and things.
More informational, isn't it?
Yeah, but I think it's more upwards of 70%. I think last time I looked at that stat, it was like 3 years ago, and it was like around 50%. But
all right, fine. Back to the game.
I'm asking you now.
Yes, pass. So everyone knows the Google founders, right? There's 2 of them. What were their names?
I can remember one's Larry Page.
Yeah.
Is the other one's not John Weller, is it?
No. John Weller? Who do you think John Weller?
I'm thinking of spokespeople.
I don't think that's his name though. It's John.
Matt Cutts.
Yeah, so you got Matt Cutts. He didn't develop Google. No,
he's
an engineer though. His name, Sergey Brin.
Oh no.
So obviously Larry Page is the one that most people know, but obviously there's 2 guys that created it in the garage. Fun fact, actually, which I only learned from doing this research, the lady who put them up in their garage.
Yeah.
When they started Google, because Google started in a garage, became the CEO of YouTube.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It worked out all right for her, didn't it?
Yeah, it's pretty good. So
Keep 2 weirdos in a garage, and then
So the rule is, if anyone wants to rent out your garage, let them, because could be the best $1 billion idea.
Maybe that's what birthed spareroom.com.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Anyway, back to the game. Take the game very seriously.
Of course.
So Google, obviously, big entity in itself. As big entities do, they buy other slightly smaller entities when they either become useful or a threat to their very existence. Name 3 companies which Google or their parent company, Alphabet, have bought over the years. I've only got 3 written down here.
Oh, I can't.
I
knew you were going to ask me this. I can't actually think.
Well, you should have pre-planned then.
Oh, right, yeah.
Wish I had a timer on this. There's no time restraints.
No, I won't say. I can't actually think of any off the top of my head, to be
fair.
No,
none that Google have bought.
I mean, obviously, I would have come across them, but I can't think of anything. Nothing jumps to mind right now.
None.
No. For the sake of podcast time as well. I'm not going to.
Okay, so we have YouTube.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah, of course. Yeah.
YouTube. We got HubSpot.
Yeah.
Which they bought. They bought Fitbit, slightly less known for their wearable technology. And that's what I'll go into. There's a list so long, but most of them are relatively known. But YouTube's the biggest one.
I should have got.
Yeah, but YouTube. And we spend a lot of time doing YouTube ads in the Google interface, but it's sort of part of the furniture now. I get it. So minus 1 point for that.
Oh, okay. That's my Larry Page one, God.
Yeah, there was one more. You've probably nearly got 3 now, haven't you? So there was one more company that Google bought, Urchin.
Okay.
So Urchin, they bought them and that's how the UTM codes were created. You know, UTM codes in analytics, obviously how it's run.
Yeah.
So just going back because obviously just explaining things. But for the audience, UTM codes are what analytics uses in order to track the data, so you can see the source of the campaign and get all that nice data. You put it in the UTM builders. I gave you a hint already. What does UTM stand for?
Oh, unique. No. Don't know. Can't remember.
So Urchin tracking module.
Oh, right. Okay.
Because Yeah, it makes absolutely no sense. But Urchin was the name of the company that they
Right.
did, and then they created the tracking model off the back of it. So they used their software, bought it, integrated it with analytics.
Sure.
So there's probably a lot of people out there that have no idea what it means because we just say UTM codes, don't we?
Yeah,
And the meaning
yeah.
behind it, no one knows.
Who
But
knows?
fun bit of trivia. That's why we love the trivia.
Yeah. Pub
Fun,
quiz
yeah,
on
we
a
don't-
Friday night.
Yeah,
Sorted.
I don't want to ask you actual functional questions because that's no fun, and you know those.
No, I mean this.
And
is
I'd
plenty
rather
more
watch you
fun.
get random ones wrong.
Yeah.
Right, so true or false? True or false question. So 50-50.
Yeah.
Get your points up
correct.
here. Gmail, Google's mail system or platform,
Mhm.
was released on April Fool's Day.
False. True. Wow. Okay.
April the 1st, 2004, Gmail was released, and I imagine people didn't think it was a joke because it's not very funny, but it's just a
It is
trivia
very
question.
Google to do something like that, though,
Yeah.
isn't it?
So they'll probably So
Bet
20.
the stock market didn't know what to believe.
I
at
think
the
they're
time.
probably out of the garage by now. But yeah, there was actually, well, I've never actually heard of this before, but I came across it when I was Googling things. And half these answers I probably wouldn't have known unless I Googled them. So we've got, when Google first came out, it started picking up popularity. So just like many people's like believers, the people who use
Believers.
Google- people who use Google called themselves a certain name. Call it a cult, call it a following, call it whatever you want.
Right.
So what do you think the people
Oh.
who were fans of Google led to call themselves? Or the religion of what Google was?
Googleites.
No, that's a good one though.
Oh.
So they had Googleists
Googleists.
and they had Googleism.
Okay.
So,
That sort of makes
I mean,
Very American.
probably with the build up, you thought it'd be funnier than that.
Can't
But
imagine blokes in Bradford calling themselves that. So much, you know?
Googleists. I don't know. I can see it.
Yeah, well, I mean, so could I.
So technically, Googleists.
Googleist. Would you call yourself a Googleist?
I mean, I'm search engine agnostic, so. But yeah, probably. If it came to all of them, Googleist, I am.
You're not a Yahooist.
Yahooer.
Yahooer. An AOLer.
AOL, yeah. Okay, so on to the penultimate question. Right, so Google's market share as of December 2019. Don't worry about the points, but the closest percentage. So in the UK only,
Oh, no, is it 92%?
93%.
93%.
93.1%. For a bonus point, I'll give you that, 1% out, that's not too bad. Bing market share, if Google is 93.1%.
7 or 8. 7.
4.4.
4?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think that's up as well.
Wow. Oh, it was lower than I
Didn't
thought it was.
And Yahoo.
Oh, I guess if Google's 93.
Yeah. What's left?
I didn't. It's when you've got the camera on you and you're against the timer in my head. And Yahoo. Well, 1%, 2%.
1.5.
1
Yeah.
point.
There you go. Bang it. Wrong. No marks for that. So yeah, 1.5. I'll take 2% because we'll round it up. It's quite a bigger 0.5%. Now, final question. Globally, how many searches are done in Google per day?
Oh, good question. I'm just going to have to pick a sum of 100, aren't I? Let's say a billion searches a day.
3.5.
3.5?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a hell of a lot of searches.
That is a lot of search. Imagine
Yeah.
the processing power to
Yeah.
function all that.
Yeah, I imagine it's
How
quite
often
high.
does Google go down? I mean, seriously, can you ever recall a time when it has?
No, they're probably in AWS. Yeah, imagine their own servers don't go down for them.
No. Amazing,
yeah.
isn't it? That's why you
Mm.
have, Facebook's down, Twitter's down, and you never have that with
No.
the boys.
But I imagine they've got a pretty serious disaster recovery solution. So if one server goes down somewhere, they'll have servers across the world which pick up.
Yeah.
Otherwise, what would people do without Google? You know?
Yeah.
At
Did you
Christmas,
see-
how would they Google, how to not get food poisoning from their turkey? There'd be an epidemic.
Yeah, coronavirus, yeah.
Yeah.
Did you see recently Google are advertising a job to be their head of SEO?
Really?
Yeah, so you can do SEO for Google.
What? So when someone types in best search engine
In Google.
at
AOL.
the top, you're like, damn it, we're number 5.
Yeah. Come on, man.
Yeah, nice one. Well, that's the end. We went out at the scores because it wouldn't take very long. Was it 3? You got 4?
Well, I was aiming for 3.
Yeah, maybe I'll
Hit
do some.
Mother
some
said
post
aim
editing,
low and
put
you
'em
won't
up.
be disappointed.
Yeah, well, you
so-
said 3, so
Good for
I'd
you,
actually
Mum.
say that was probably the most accurate thing answer you got right. Right, nice one. So, how do you enjoy the first trivia?
Very good. I learned a lot. I embarrassed myself a lot, so it's like a normal
There we
Saturday
go.
night for me.
It doesn't come much more transparent than that. Anyway,
No.
thanks for listening, guys. You have any questions you want us to ask Ben in the next
Trivia
quiz?
quiz.
Or if you want Ben to ask me some questions, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Cool.
You want to ask me any more questions? Nah, let's cut it now while I'm ahead. Anyway, see you later, guys. Thanks for listening and watching. Speak to you later. Bye-bye.